Alright guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the ending of Donkey Kong Bananza. So really quickly, if you haven't finished the game, you don't want spoilers for the end of Donkey Kong Bananza, click off of the video right now. We are going to be talking about pretty much everything relating to the ending, sublayer 1500 and beyond. So again, if you do not want spoilers, click off the video right now. If you don't care, stick around, watch the whole video. The channel has been blowing up recently. We've been getting a lot of attention, and I'm so grateful to all of you who actually stick around and watch my videos. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, like I said, stick around to the whole video. If you're not already liked and subscribed, please do that. I've been very grateful for the support lately, so let's keep it rolling. So with all that out of the way, King K. Rool, right? For all the people that didn't listen to the spoiler warning, King K. Rool in the game, this is your fault. You should have clicked out the video. But no, King K. Rool, it being in the game was crazy. I had absolutely no idea. I didn't even think he was going to be returning based off of the trailers and the direct and everything. They did a really good job at hiding King K. Rool from us until the game came out. And honestly, with how they kind of spoiled the whole Pauline Odd Rock thing for us, I really expected to see King K. Rool in some kind of way, or at least hinted towards King K. Rool before the game came out. Now, yes, a lot of the enemies, like the crocoid fossils and whatever, are fossilized Kremlings. We know that now, and they always did look like Kremling-esque skeletons. But I never thought that was going to mean that we would have King K. Rool return. I did not think that was going to mean that those were literally Kremling remains, which is kind of morbid when you think about it, but that is besides the point. And a lot of the enemies in the game are just fossilized versions of the Kremling crew, which was very cool. One thing that is great for a lot of DK fans and K. Rool fans is a lot of these characters haven't had new models since, I believe, Super Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. With the Kremlings, like the regular Kremlings, the Croc Kremlings, their last official model was Super Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. So we finally have new models for a lot of the Kremling crew. Obviously, King K. Rool has a new model. We did just recently get a King K. Rool model in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that was really cool. But now we have an even cooler one. So eventually, when Donkey Kong Bananza gets dumped and we get file access and all that good stuff, the models are going to be very nice. So let's talk about the actual ending. So you, as Donkey Kong and Pauline, reach the planet core, and Void Kong is there, and you have to fight Void Kong. And this fight is a little laggy. It does lag a little bit at times, but it's really not that bad if you ask me. I've seen a lot of people complain about the lag in this game. For me, I only ever really experienced the lag in the Void Kong fights because of the stuff he spawns, the K. Rool King of Rot boss fight, specifically when he drops the orbs and it spawns all the mud, and then some of the bonus stages, because specifically the ones where you smash on the things and it like breaks through all the gold blocks, that one specifically. But other than that, no issues with the game. I think it's great. But anyways, you fight Void Kong, beat him up, and then he turns Donkey Kong into a rock, kind of like Odd Rock. But what's interesting to me is when Pauline gets turned into Odd Rock is able to move and still talk and, you know, do stuff. But Donkey Kong wasn't able to do that. He got completely frozen. He couldn't make noise or anything. He's basically a statue at that point. But what I assume is Donkey Kong uses his heartbeat as the beat, and Pauline sings and breaks Donkey Kong out of it. But then Void Kong just blitzes for what we think is the Banandium root. He jumps on the Banandium root and gets punted by none other than King K. Rool. So that was not actually the Banandium root. That was King K. Rool's golden stomach sticking out of the ground. When we got to the Banandium root, I thought it was kind of weird. I didn't realize it was King K. Rool until after he appeared. But I was looking at it and I was like, that's the Banandium root? Like, I thought it would be like, you know, a banana or something. But nope, that's King K. Rool. He was trapped in the planet core, and he actually, apparently, seemingly, it seems like King K. Rool, a long time ago, before Donkey Kong Country Returns, went to go try to retrieve the Bananium Root and got trapped, and that's why he wasn't in Donkey Kong Country Returns or Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, or anything Donkey Kong related after Donkey Kong, I believe, 64. So, yeah, King K. Rool's back. He's been trapped in the planet core for the entire time. He's no longer trapped. At the end, we see him fly off into space. Or not into space, but, fly off into the distance. So maybe we'll see King K. Rool returning again soon. I hope that's the case. I believe many agree. But yeah, then King K. Rool punts Void Kong into a giant orb of magma. I assume King Void Kong is dead. Grumpy and Poppy Kong are fine, but I haven't really seen any mention of Void Kong in the post game, so he might just be dead. I don't know. But King K. Rool takes Void Kong's controller, banana controller remote thing, and he dives down the pit and he goes after the Bananium Root. So the next hour of the game is basically you chasing K. Rool. You dive down to layer 1600, and that is the planet core. And then layer 1600, I believe, has 7 or 8 sub levels. So it goes from 1600 all the way to 1608, I believe. And it's basically just like this sort of like moon cave kind of thing where you rush through a bunch of enemies that you've seen throughout the game, but now they're not the fossilized versions. They're the actual living Kremlin crew versions of the enemies, and it's very, very sick. There's a giant statue of King K. Rool, and just a bunch of goodies and references and things to find. You blitz through all of these levels. It takes, a little while. You finally reach King K. Rool at the planet core, but he beats you there. He has the Bananium Root, which looks very cool, if I might add. And he uses the Bananium Root and becomes what I'm calling Banana Armor K. Rool. So this is King K. Rool's first transformation in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and really ever, if I think... I can't remember a time King K. Rool has ever had a transformation or anything, so... This is like his first actual transformation. It's his banana armor form. You fight him in the banana armor form. It's a very fun boss fight. A lot more difficult, I would say, because the boss fights in Donkey Kong Bonanza are very... I don't want to call them lackluster because they're very fun and interesting, but they're not very difficult, and that makes sense. It is a Nintendo game, but they're not very difficult. Most of them are just kind of like run and punch, and like you might need to use one of the Bananzas. But yeah, you kind of just beat him. It's definitely a step up from the previous boss fights. It's a little more harder, but not that much harder. You beat K. Rool, claim the Bananium Root, make the wish to go to the surface, but then once you start going to the surface, you get shot up through the planet core. The Bananium Root turns into a drill, starts drilling through the earth, and it rises you up on this layer, or this huge pile of bananas. And then the logo pops up, but it's not the regular logo. It's a King K. Roolified version of the Donkey Kong Bonanza logo. And then the credits roll, and I thought that was genuinely going to be the end of the game. I was like, oh, that's kind of lackluster. But then it says the end, ? Just like in Donkey Kong Country. King K. Rool gets up off the ground, starts using his jetpack propeller to fly up towards you, and you fight him again while you're traveling to the surface. It's a little mini boss intersection where you have to throw parts of the banana. You have to pick up and throw the bananas at him to stop him. And then once you hit him enough times, a cutscene will trigger, and he will just fly up to the Bananium Root and claim it. But then all three of you, Pauline, Donkey Kong, and K. Rool, come out of the ground and into the surface and into none other than New Donk City, where Pauline is from. So apparently it's already named New Donk City. They don't directly state New Donk City. Pauline just says, this is my city. But when you do get into gameplay, it does say NDC and then like however many meters you are up. So we can assume it's already called New Donk City, which is very interesting. And in New Donk City, there are a bunch of little references. There is like a Lanky Kong clothing thing. I think there's a Candy Kong reference. There's a bunch of references. There's obviously some stuff that already says DK. But yeah, it's a very, 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 very cool place. But King K. Rool takes over the city and with the Bananium Root and turns it into like this Kremlin-ified version of the city, and it's very cool. And I do wish that we were able to explore this more in the post-game. Unfortunately, New Donk City isn't like the Mushroom Kingdom of Mario Odyssey where you get a bonus kingdom. I believe the bonus kingdom is just meant to be like you can go back to Ingot Isle and there's a lot more stuff there because You can go back to Ingot Isle, and there's a lot more stuff there. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think New Donk City, which is kind of a missed opportunity. I was really hoping New Donk City would be like the Mushroom Kingdom of Donkey Kong Bonanza, but doesn't seem to be that way. I haven't completely finished the post-story stuff yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But as far as I know, no New Donk City, aside from the King K. Rool boss fight stuff. But he takes over he takes over the city and creates a giant boxing arena, again referencing the original Donkey Kong games. You go through this whole section where you have to chase him down again, and you get up to him in the boxing arena, and he transforms again into the K. Rool King of Rot form, and you fight him again, and it's very similar. His attack patterns and stuff are very similar to his banana armor fight. However, it's a lot harder, he does a lot more damage, and he moves quicker, and like everything is just like turned up to 10 in this fight. And I honestly think that even though this game is supposed to be a kids game, and like it's designed in a way where kids are able to finish it, like, you know, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, I think there's going to be a lot of kids that aren't going to be able to beat the game because of the King of Rot fight. I'm not kidding. I was streaming this game, and it took me like an hour and a half to 2 hours to beat the King of Rot fight. Just the King of Rot fight. That's not including anything else with King K. Rool stuff. Like the entire King K. Rool segment, from the second he punts Void Kong into oblivion to the end credits, the actual end credits, it's like 2.5 hours. At least for me, it was like a 2.5 hour trip. And it's so amazing, and it's so well thought out. It's so fun. But once you finally beat the King of Rot K. Rool, he blasts off like Team Rocket into the sky, and Donkey Kong and Pauline celebrate, and Pauline asks Donkey Kong if he wants to come with her on her journey to become a singer, but then she remembers that his dream is getting a bunch of bananas. So she lets him dive back underground and go collect more bananas. And that's where the credits roll. It's a very emotional scene. And then right after that, you get a cutscene. It says 3 months later. Pauline uses the elevator to come to Ingot Isle, where DK is, and says she needs help with a new song, writing a new song, because she has a City Hall performance. And that's where the post-game begins. And I'm not 100% done with the post-game, so I don't know what's going to happen after that. But maybe I'll make another video when that happens. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm so happy. I know a lot of people are so happy that K. Rool is back. I honestly didn't think he was going to be back. I thought people that thought he was coming back were just absolutely K. Rool coping. And to my surprise, they weren't. They were correct. King K. Rool did come back. It was a very dramatic fashion. It was very silly and fun. And I hope we get to see him again soon, since he's not going to be trapped underground this time. He's just he flew off somewhere. I assume he probably got punted back to his island or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video. Let me know in the description what you guys think. I mean, in the comments, what you guys think about King K. Rool returning, the entire ending sequence, and if you just like Donkey Kong Bonanza in general. I had an amazing time with it. I'm going to do more Donkey Kong Bonanza videos. I'm going to do a Donkey Kong Bonanza 100% review, a full review, once I do 100% it. I'm about 70% of the way. I'm mostly there. So that should be coming out within the next couple weeks. And yeah, again, that's going to be it for the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. The support on the channel has been insane lately. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.